Douglas. Adam Douglas Drives. Today we're continuing our mini challenge. For those that have seen the previous installments, this is where we take a mini of some sort, a modern one, and we drive it around the Brands Hatch Indy track. So we've done the GT thing to death. We're not going to do more laps than that. I will put up the maximum time or the best time for the GT Sport time. And today we're just going to hop into AMS 2. So that's Automobilista 2. And see how fast we can go in that one. Okay, so here we are. We're in Automobilista 2. Just change our camera to our bonnet view. The deal is 5 laps plus my outlap to see if I can beat one of the full-on times. So the GT Sport time for a base mini is a 58.682. GT Sport time for the racing mini, it was the Clubman Mini V Gran Turismo or whatever it was, is 48.463. That is not the line. While we're doing it, we'll have a bit of a chat about Automobilista 2 and how I feel about this in comparison with Gran Turismo Sport. So I'll be upfront about this. I've had to do a number of laps just to get the feel for how this sim handles. It is the least like Gran Turismo handling of any of them that I've done in this series so far. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. It might just indicate everything else has been a bit arcadey. In terms of the engine, I think the physics engine and the graphics engine is meant to be pretty much based off of Project Cars 2. It's very understeering indeed. It's not, doesn't feel quite as savage on the penalties as Project Cars 2 does. So Graham Hill and at there you still get smashed. Take Gran Turismo-esque liberties extending the corner, width. You'll also see that the width of the runoff is not as big there. Coming from a morning of driving open wheelers in Project Cars 2. Braking and traction also feels different to that. So if I come up here, that's probably fine. Gran Turismo and back down in time. I've got away with that. That's okay. You can tell that there's more time to having this car. Can't see more potentials because all of that gear is pretty nice. It's okay. I really am struggling to wring the neck of this car. That in Project Cars 2 probably will be penalty. And you really have to be on the brake for a lot longer going into Graham Hill than doing basically every other sim that I've done this in. Gran Turismo or otherwise. Brake there. Surtees/McLaren. Pretty much golden part. Same as normal. As long as you haven't gone way out wide, be okay. Otherwise, I am using default setup, just turned off traction control. I've turned force feedback down here because I was trying to drive this with the force feedback at the default setting. It's strong. if you get out to the edge of Clark, you're going to risk going off. Really, probably can be more aggressive into paddock. Just haven't worked out how yet. This is my last lap. Right, so that's twice going into Clark. I've stuffed it. Consecutive laps. I guess the other thing here is I've got tyre wear on, which we did not have it in Gran Turismo Sport and the other sims at all, remember. So that was AMS 2. Best lap, a 53.959. That puts it comfortably better than the base Mini in Gran Turismo Sport. Puts it comfortably better than I got in the AMS 1 Mini. But remember, I did think that I could probably have got about 3 or 4 seconds more out of that if I was really, really on it. But it also puts it 4 or 5 seconds off where I was getting with the Clubman in Gran Turismo Sport. That was about a second and a half faster than I got in Project Cars 2 with that horrendously out of control a rallycross car. So, how do I feel about Automobilista 2? I think it looks visually very pretty. The amount of graphics things you can turn on and turn up are fantastic. No problems with that. I think it's very difficult to control. So, Project Cars 2, which is what this is meant to have its physics engine based off of, is allegedly very understeery. This feels very understeery. It feels like it's not dialed in terms of setup. Okay, fine. It is a sim. It feels like you don't have the balance right. Like it feels like it's not set to just really turn in, grip, and go. There's a lot of brake, wait, turn in, don't get too hard on the throttle. So it's very, very different car feel-wise to what those others are like. So if I look at the base Mini in Gran Turismo Sport, that feels just pretty much planted and you can just thrash the guts out of it. The Project Cars 2 thing did not feel at all planted. You had to be quite careful with it, but you could really get some time out of it. The Clubman Mini in Gran Turismo Sport, that one I felt far more at home thrashing than this car. Like I think I could have got faster for sure in that one. The AMS 1, it felt very loose. Keeping in mind that was not the same car as this notionally. It was a mini challenge thing. This is meant to be the JCW something mini. So this felt quite grippy. It felt grippier than the AMS 1 car did, but it didn't feel easy to control. And if this is based on Project Cars 2 physics, which, okay, I haven't done a lot of driving road cars in Project Cars 2, that's possibly what it is. So based on that, this is not very much like driving Gran Turismo Sport at the moment. At the moment, the most Gran Turismo Sport-like cars, it looks like AMS 1 was more Gran Turismo Sport-like. Maybe. I don't think it really was. Project Cars 2, maybe. But again, they're all very different feeling cars. So I think this is coming back to we need a car that is the same spec car across all of these sims and see how we go. If you've liked this video, the usual like, comment, subscribe trifecta is a winner. So until next time, take it easy.